None of my what I say is said verbatim,
right?
And not edited.
That's right. That's right. All right, here we go. Peace, everybody. Welcome to All Viral Access Media. We have a legend that's on the line right now. He's on the phone, and we're going to be talking about basically hip hop culture. We already know what it is, so we're not going to hold you any longer. We have the legendary Cholly Rock on the line. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. Peace and blessings to you. The Zulu King Cholly Rock.
The Zulu King Cholly Rock.
Yes. Yes, a lot of people, because there's my namesake who is from Rock City.
Right.
That's Carlos Ortiz, who's actually a black Puerto Rican.
Right. Okay. And from the Soul Sonic 4, right?
Yes, Soul Sonic Force. Yes, that's me.
All right, we're gonna get right into it. So first question. What is hip hop? Is it the 5 elements or is it the Black Americans culture that created hip hop?
Here's my opinion. And that 5-element thing, that's a moral creation of Bambaataa.
Okay.
All right. Are you there still?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Okay. Okay, no, I had to get something off my phone.
Okay.
That's a Bambaataa creation.
Okay.
For me, the culture of hip hop is a combination. It begins with the music and the b-boys, the music and the DJs who played our music, and the b-boys.
Right.
The rapper came later on. I am one, so I'm telling you that.
Okay.
I am one. I made, recorded, all of that.
Right.
Okay. The rapper came later on. There are people who consider graffiti a part of the hip hop culture.
Right.
I do not. I felt graffiti was freestanding, existed long before us.
That's right.
And consisted of many practitioners, black, Puerto Rican, and white.
Yep. Mike 171, one of them.
Well, there's a number of white people who did it.
Right.
Comet, who was someone I went to school with. I went to elementary school with Comet. John Calabro is his real name.
Okay.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
There were other white people who did too. Mm-hmm. Little Express, number of them. All right, and some of these white people who had no connection to hip hop whatsoever. Mm. How graffiti got incorporated into hip hop was that people like Buddy Esquire and Phase 2, who were graffiti writers, created many of the flyers.
Right.
For hip hop through their graffiti drawing.
Right.
That's how they got incorporated in hip hop. But for me, mm-hmm. And this is my opinion, as I'm telling you, hip hop, the culture of hip hop consists of the music, the DJs who played that music, and there weren't many of them. I have all these people who are jumping into the bandwagon. Mm-hmm. There weren't many. I can name them.
Right.
The main ones, starting with the Godfather, Kool Herc, then Disco King Mario was another who played the father. Kool Herc's the father. I don't care what anyone says. And there are people who get upset at me about saying that. Because Disco King Mario started playing hip hop music too.
Right. He started playing hip hop a little bit later on.
Well, Disco King Mario was DJing about the same time as her, and maybe even before him.
Right. That's
what I heard. He played more the disco, But Mario and them, in my opinion, saw the success of Herc and began playing hip hop, hip hop music, which is what b-boy jams.
Right.
And they were very specific b-boy jams. Much of the rest of the stuff that's played as b-boy stuff came later, and one of the major people who expanded the music was Afrika Bambaataa.
Wait, you said that expanded? All right, got you. Expanded the music. Now, when
b-boy playlist.
Okay.
With Afrika Bambaataa.
Now, all right, because now I'm gonna go to what you said. So here's my question number 4. because you already did the interview with Mr. Derek Cologne, aka the Colonizer, right?
Yes, which was chopped up.
Yeah. And I heard the unedited version. I heard the unedited version too. So he's going around saying that that blacks only dominated the MCing, not DJing and B-boying.
Bull crap.
Please fully elaborate on that, brother, please.
This culture begins with black youth. We had some Puerto Ricans who were there.
Right.
Tex DJ Hollywood is an example. Tex DJ Hollywood, whose real name is David Santiago. And he was president of the Young Spades, supreme president of Young Spades.
Okay.
So he was in the black spades. Mm-hmm. There were always Puerto Ricans who hung with blacks. Many hung together. All right? But it wasn't a lot of them. When it came to the beginning of what came to be known about, they were few. They were not a lot.
Right.
Okay? They were not a lot. Ed LaRock, the late Ed LaRock, who is my close friend too, and who was Africa Islam's original partner.
Right.
He was Puerto Rican, Edwin Soto. His name. Mm-hmm. Then Charlie Chase comes along. And they try to say that Charlie Chase the first Hispanic DJ. I'm like, that's because y'all didn't go no place.
Talk about it.
Tex and Ed LaRock both were playing well before Charlie.
Right.
Okay? And as far as b-boying is concerned, that was a black thing in its origin. There were some Puerto Ricans who danced. They were them. My boy Flyers Brewski is one of them. Flyers Brewski, Little Zombu. There's a couple.
The nigga twins, but the twins.
But the nigga twins are not Spanish.
Okay, got you. Right. They black. Right. So my bad. Yeah. I mixed it up. My bad.
Kevin and Keith. Kevin and Keith Smith.
Keith Smith. Yep.
And they're good friends of mine. And in fact, one of them, the one who had the stroke,
right,
he comes often to my apartment to the apartment next to me. His baby's mother lives next door to me. Yeah. Next door, literally right next door. I'm in 3C, she's in 3D.
Okay.
Okay, and we, the twins, we all know each other from back in the day, 74, 75. And there were not a lot of Spanish people with us.
That's right.
Very few. And there were some, but very few, not many. And they were mostly Spanish, like Puerto Ricans who hung out. You always have Puerto Ricans who hung out with black people.
Right.
Just like you have black people that hung out with Puerto Ricans.
Right.
But you would never say, if black people came to me and said, we were equally responsible for creating or playing salsa, I'll say that's not true. And they would have a fit if we said so.
Right.
They would have a fit. Rightfully so, they would have a fit. And that's the same way with you can't jump on this bandwagon all of a sudden.
Over something. Right. Now you want to ride the coattail. Can you tell me why?
Well, it's beyond riding. Now they want to say they were equally involved in creating it, particularly and I'm like, no, that's not true.
Can I say this real quick? Because this goes to what you said. So King Tone is going around saying the same thing, but he said that we both created hip hop.
Who said that?
His name is King Tone. He was he's one of the top dudes who created the Latin Kings. He's an older statesman or whatever.
But, yeah, I know about him.
Right. And he said that we both created hip hop and rock and roll. But he said that we used to hang out in each other's houses and eat each other's food. That does that actually mean
but
it's
not a lot?
Right.
Not a lot. In Puerto Rico, but not a lot.
Can you describe both cultures in that time when y'all was hanging out with each other? Can you describe the difference between our culture, FBAs, and the Latino culture from music, fashion, slang, etc.?
Well, it's not the slang so much. It's the fact that Puerto Ricans have the availability of having their own language.
Right.
So they can exclude us.
That's the point.
We could not necessarily exclude them because they speak English, they understand it. But,
right.
there aren't a lot of black people who speak Spanish.
That's right. Right.
So they had the blessing of exclusivity that we as Black Americans did not have.
Ask that question.
We had to assimilate into white culture. You know what I mean? In order to be successful back then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Puerto Ricans didn't have to do that. They could have their own culture that could exclude us. Now you have Puerto Ricans who hung out with black people.
Right.
Some.
He's having a problem.
But there weren't a lot. And as I've said, and they even get mad, and I'm like, I'm giving you credit for what the Puerto Ricans did as far as dance was concerned.
Right.
B-boy.
Now,
when we had stopped, because we aged out, we became older, 18, 19 years old, we weren't going to be, spit on the floor. But the Puerto Ricans had picked it up and they kept it going and they expanded it. And I give them all the credit in the world for doing that. They did.
Right.
But they were not equally involved in creating it.
Now, because I'm going, and I'm actually quoting you, because you said with the Rock Steady, when y'all stopped b-boying, they continued the b-boying around 80, 81. Now, right.
Even same as 79, because I went away to college in 1979, and I was already emceeing by then. I was emceeing like as early as 76, 77. I was emceeing because I had a voice for it,
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Back in those days, before the rhyming, before Melly Mel and them, and the rhyming sing-songing style, MCs MC'd in the manner of the radio DJ.
Right.
Like Frankie Crocking's band. And you had to have a certain vocal timbre for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And most youth do not have that.
Right.
Some do, like myself. The way you hear me talking now, this voice, the depth of it, the timbre of it.
Right.
I spoke like that at 15 years old. My voice changed early. I had that kind of voice. And I was always eloquent, articulate. And, so that's how I started emceeing.
Right.
I was emceeing, my exemplar emceeing was a guy by the name of JJ the Disco King.
Okay.
Who was the MC for Cool DJ D. And Tyrone the mixologist. May Tyrone rest in peace.
Yes.
Tyrone died recently.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Rest in peace. Go right ahead. You
see what I'm saying? And so, that was the thing. And just to show them, this is not a racist statement. They were black DJs who also didn't play and weren't involved in hip-hop.
Right.
One of them, to me, prominently, and I said it, is DJ Hollywood. DJ Hollywood is one of the baddest DJs and MCs around that there was around ever.
Yeah, they don't give him his credit that he deserved, but he's definitely a legend. Go right ahead.
Oh, he's a legend, and he actually does get the credit that he gets, but not in hip hop because he wasn't a hip hop DJ.
Right.
We were recently at a thing, a bunch of us, being honored in Washington, D.C., myself, Shaw Rock, the Twins, who else? Dancing Doug, a kid named Sasa. Me and Sasa don't get along, but that's another story altogether.
Right.
A few people, right? But anyway, we were there, and Hollywood was one of them. DST, Derek, DST,
right?
Grand Mixer DXT.
I was going to speak about Grand Mixer DXT too.
That's my man. We grew up together. We were spaced together as kids.
Right.
We go back.
Well,
we were original B-boys too.
Since you speaking on Grandmaster Grand Mixer DXC, can I just ask this question because he said, I did write this down a little bit. He said that hip hop was cut off from the ones that came before, like Pigmeat, the Jubilaires, and other people like that. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. No.
Why?
Separate entities. Yeah, I mean they were entertainers. Pygmy Markham and them were entertainers. Probably the closest one I would call to rap is Jocko. Jocko Henderson. He to me would be the most precursor, you know?
Okay.
Evident precursor. But Jocko, that, you know, the rest, people at Morgan, I mean, you know, he said, and what, DST, and he knows that's my man. And this, but we disagree on this, because DST likes to describe things in a very complicated terms, and it's not. He likes to do that, romanticize it, and that's him. Or intellectualize it, and know this. When he said, I say that about him, and he knows I'm without question one of the most intellectual brothers he knows. I went to Bronx High School of Science. That's my alma mater. Okay, and I have a master's in human services, a master's degree, summa cum laude, with a 3.9 GPA.
Oh wow! Salute on that. Go ahead, goddammit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Salute
on
that.
But I say that not in a braggadocio way. I say it that when people try to intellectualize shit, don't do that with me. You know, you met your match here. Don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And Derek DXT, you hear me say Derek? That's his government name, and I shouldn't say that. He doesn't like that. But DST, right? He likes to intellectualize it. And there's no need to do that. It's a very simple thing.
I mean, it has some merit to it. I'm not going to lie. That's why I bring it up.
No, it has merit. It has merit. I'm just a person who agrees with that.
Right.
Like, I understand where he's coming from with it, but I'm not a person who agrees with that. That is Pygmy Markham and them. That he was an entertainer. I mean, there's a lot of entertainers black in the chitlin circuit who are doing stuff like that.
Right.
You know? And with Pygmy Markham, he's mainly talking about here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge,
which was
right.
the comedy routine that Pygmy used to do.
Right.
And that's one great thing, but it's not hip hop, and I don't care what anyone says. Don't try to equate it as such. Our culture, I already told you, was the rapper is in fact later on.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
With the culture is myself, you know, the B-boys. That we are the B-boy, we are the X factor in it.
Right.
Without us, the DJs who played would have played they would have played regular music, P.T.J. Jones and Flowers and them. They were regular DJs. That's what I'm saying. It's not a racial thing. It's a lot of DJs in that era weren't a part of hip hop either. They try to, the Brooklyn cats. I don't know if you're from Brooklyn.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. I seen an interview when you talk about Brooklyn, then started. But go ahead. Look, speak your truth. It's your truth.
They were a hustle borough.
Right. We all win at the end of the day. But go ahead, King.
They were hustling.
Right.
That was their thing.
The hustle.
That was their thing.
Right.
Love is their music, their anthem. And I've always called it the national anthem of Brooklyn. Love is the message.
My mother always played that song, Mothers, Fathers, Sisters, Brothers. My mom's played that song all the time. Right.
And, they were into hustling. Like, you could pull girls in Brooklyn if you could hustle. They didn't like that the B-boy thing.
Right.
Nah, they didn't like that. Because, you're spinning around neighborhoods into that. See, now you got somebody like Plummer, and Plummer's an early DJ too. Talking about he saw B-boys on cardboard as early as 1974. I said, that's bullshit. Complete bullshit. That cardboard thing didn't come in till the 80s. With rock steady in them.
Right.
Like, those of us original B-boys, no cardboard. We danced and broke on concrete and spent many days picking glass out of our hands.
Yeah, I remember you saying
I don't know how many pairs of sneakers.
Right.
During the summertime when you're outside, it wasn't no cardboard. It wasn't no cardboard. That was an innovation that came later, and it allowed them, which were and particularly Puerto Ricans, that's when they were really coming into it in dominance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it allowed them, all of those later B-boys, to do those moves like spinning on their back and on their heads and stuff. We ain't gonna do that on concrete.
Right. Can somebody please share?
We were doing spins and everything, but they like myself, the Zulu Kings, Clark Kent, the Twins. There's many others. James Bond, GSC is another. And many others. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, you had some Puerto Ricans, but very few that hung. They were mostly Puerto Ricans that hung out with black people. Like I told you, they were mostly Puerto Ricans who hung out with black people, and they used to get help from their families and everything, and their friends. Why are you hanging with those cocolos? And they used to call what we were doing the cocolo dance. And and that's the way it was. Why are you hanging out with those cocolos?
Right.
They was getting beef. They were from their people, not from us.
Right. Because we was too open armed. We always welcomed everybody.
Right. You see? And when we say everybody, it was Puerto Rican.
Right.
Because white people weren't involving themselves with it.
That's right.
And white people were the ones who would acculturate, like, vulture the culture.
Right.
They vultured the culture. Like today, if you see B-boys, they are still Puerto Rican B-boys. Like they consider themselves they're not the pioneers. We are.
Say it again, because I had to go live, so we actually live. So I just wanted to get time to say that because I had to get True Savior on. Somehow he can't get back in, so I had to go live for him to get on. So everybody's watching, everybody that's in here, please share that I'm live, please, because I wasn't trying to go live.
You hear it again? You hear it from me.
Say it again.
We, meaning the black youth, are the pioneers of b-boying, are the pioneers of hip-hop culture. There were Puerto Ricans with us, not many, though. Not many. And the Puerto Ricans were Puerto Ricans who hung out with black kids.
That's right.
And they got a lot of static from their own people, not from us, from their own people. Why are you hanging with those cocolos? Why are you doing that cocolo dance? I know this. And the ones who are honest will tell you that. You know who you should interview is my homeboy, Flyers Booski. He emceed, Flyers Booski emceed for DST. And he was a b-boy with us first. And he's Puerto Rican, straight, raw dog Puerto Rican.
Right.
And he will tell you the same thing I just told you.
So why?
And I wish if it was alive, he'd be able to tell it to you. And if I could find text never does it. But one day I gotta find text.
DJ Text. Yep.
Text DJ Hollywood. Text DJ Hollywood. Not DJ Hollywood.
DJ Text Hollywood, the one that was under Disco Mario.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he was Puerto Rican, and he started.
David. His full name is David Santiago.
Right.
And I was close with him, his brother Jose, his sister Lilo, may she rest in peace. His sister Maggie, I don't know if Maggie's alive or not, but You know, I know his family.
Right.
You understand? My girlfriend at that time was Puerto Rican. She's black Puerto Rican. Her name is Brunilda Rosario. It's called a Bruni. Okay, see, so that's what I'm saying. This ain't a racist thing. This is just what the truth of the matter was. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If it was in people in equal measure, I would say so. I'm truthful about everything that was happening back then. And then, you know, they try to say, well, it's where you. I said, man, I traveled. I partied in Echo Park. I partied in 129 Park. They were talking about DJ Lele. I knew Lele when he was a peacemaker. I saved Lele's life. They shot Lele in the T Connection, and we were the ones who got him to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's fact. And that's the Peacemaker Fun City crew. PM Fun City. And the Puerto Ricans, they tried to come with Beaver. Like, Beaver was the first one. He was a baby Zulu king. He was a little Zulu king. He was underneath us. So you're giving credit. He's younger than us. He was underneath us. You know, they refused to accept any of that. I said, y'all try go with whatever. I'm telling you what happened. And when they come out to me at that, I said, I'm telling you what happened because I was
there. Now, can I interject real quick? So why is the colonizer, I'm getting it from Truth and some other guy that calls him the colonizer, but why is he going around? And now King Tone, we already addressed him while we was pre-recording. So when at the beginning you will hear a lot of stuff that he already said. But why is Mr. Derek
Cologne? All right, I was supposed to do an interview with Derek, and I told him I would, and then I decided against it, and I knew me and you were going to interview him. You know, so I said I'll do it like that. But and I mean, well, Derek is the same thing. He wants to have, you know, you have Puerto Rican nationalists, and you know they want to.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Place Puerto Ricans as the founders, as creators and stuff. And I'm like, my
Puerto
man,
Rican nationalists. I like that.
This is my thing. You don't have to do that.
Right.
I've already given you credit. Like I said, give you credit for when we stopped, y'all kept it going.
Right.
Y'all picked it up and ran with it and kept it going. And that's a good thing. Probably gave it the exposure that it has today. But we were the people who started that. By the time all that real exposure came, we were older. We weren't dancing anymore.
Right.
You know, we're grown-ass men. I have a guy named Willie Estrada.
Right.
And Willie and I are friends, but Willie says some things that you know, frankly are insulting to me.
Right.
It's that, you know, he came at me with something recently, and I was like, I got to limit my exposure with Willie. You know? And he said, what mood you coat? Y'all dance now. I said, Willie, how the heck are you going to ask me to dance? I'm damn near, I have a artificial knee. I'm 63 years old.
Well, you look good for 63, brother. But continue.
Well, thank you. I mean,
yes,
I've actually been sickly.
You said what?
You know, I was in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
A lot of things were going on. So now that you're seeing me now, probably, I don't know what you saw. What did you look at? Tariq Nasheed's interview?
Yeah, and your profile on Instagram.
I don't know what picture they posted. I'd have to see it. But, you know, those are older, slightly older. Not older like ancient, but before I got sick.
Okay.
But I'm starting to gain my weight back. I was with my friends earlier today.
God bless. That's great.
And I'm saying, yeah. And they were like, man, you look so much better than you. I said, yes, I'll be the first to tell you I'm aware that my health is improving.
That's great.
Has improved greatly from, say, September of last year. That's when I started getting really sick.
Wow.
September. Yeah. And from there, I lost a lot of weight. I was in and out of the hospital about 5 or 6 times. And I lost about 40 pounds at that time.
Oh, wow.
And I've gained a lot of it back, but still not all of it.
Right. I'm glad you doing good and you're healthy, man. So that's a blessing, man.
Oh, much better.
We only got one time, man. This only one life. So life is precious, man.
Yeah, you listen. I'll be the first to tell you. One life, we're blessed.
That's right. Now, before I let Truth Savior get ask you a question, I just want to ask this. I just want to ask this question, and after that, I'm gonna let him get his questions in. So because I have a lot of questions for you, but I'm gonna limit it down. But this is question number 14 because I had a number it. So the spade dance is the precursor to burning, and burning is the precursor to breakdancing.
Yes, and Puerto Rican kids will tell you the rock dance is the precursor, and never heard of rock dance prior.
Up rock? They call it up rock, right?
I tell you, the rock dance did not influence any of us of the first generation of it.
Go ahead.
All right, I can tell you that in no uncertain terms. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it influenced them, good for them. But it didn't influence us. And that's as simple as that.
Okay. True Savior, the floor is yours, brother.
What's up, Mr. Cholly Rock?
My brother, how are you?
Are you familiar with me at all?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just tell you a little bit about me. I've
heard your name mentioned before, Truth Savior. I've heard it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. I've been actually dealing with Derek Colon for over a year. And we've been having a back and forth. I guess the same problems you have with Willie Estrada, I've been having with Derek Colon. And I always thought that maybe he was just misguided.
I and Derek know each other.
Say that again?
Derek and I know each other.
He said him and Derek know each other.
Okay. Now,
we're familiar with each other. I did an interview with him, and I know it was heavily edited.
Right. And I got a hold of the unedited version and put it on my channel where you talked about.
And are they very different? I haven't heard the edited version, but I've heard it's very, very different from what I said in the unedited.
Exactly. So I posted the unedited version on my channel, right? And so
yeah.
I understand what you were trying to tell him, that hip hop is Black American culture. It started with Black Americans, and he definitely pushed back against that. But he didn't push back on the interview.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that Mike Larry asked me, why do you think I said it because they have an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it.
They have an agenda to position Puerto Ricans as either one, the creators of, or co-creators of the culture of hip hop, and they were not. And one thing I will tell you, I will give them credit as b-boys when we stopped.
Right.
Because we were older.
Right.
We're trying to get pussy. I mean, not that we weren't then. We were getting pussy then. But, older. We're, going to clubs and things like that.
Right.
They picked it up and kept it going, and they expanded it and everything. And I'll give them all good in the world for that.
And I do too.
But it did not start with them.
Yeah, I do too. Now, let me ask you this question. Let me go. Let's see.
Sure.
Now,
is this Mike or True Savior asking?
It's True Savior speaking.
It's True Savior.
I gotta get so I know the voices, different voices. All right, go ahead.
I often hear many Latinos say, "Well, this is Bronx culture. This is not black culture. And they said anybody that's black
It
that lives
started in the
outside,
Bronx. It is Bronx culture, but it started among black youth.
right. Listen to, here's my question to you. Do you agree if someone were to say that black Americans living outside of New York can't claim hip hop?
I don't know why anybody tries to claim it. We've become a universal culture. Anyone who is practitioners of it can claim it.
Right.
But it starts with us in the Bronx.
That's our baby.
That's my point. That's my point. My point is Black American culture, regardless whether or not it's starting in New York or not. That's the point I'm making. They're trying to say that because it's not Black American culture, because it's not every Black American is part of hip hop. You know what I'm trying to say?
And so what? Not every Puerto Rican does salsa.
Right.
But do you consider it part of our legacy as Black Americans?
Yeah.
Hip hop being one of our babies. Would you consider
right.
that?
That's our firstborn.
Okay. All right. That's the point.
Hip hop, or what came to be known as hip hop, started in the early mid 70s. You know, like core 73. That's cool. I was introduced to it in 74, 75. That's when I was introduced. All right, introduced rather. But it's among Black youth.
Right. Another question.
It's ours. It started with us. Now,
Okay.
if people can say whatever they want, I was there in the beginnings. I'm an original first generation B-boy. And I can tell you, I have a friend, one of our first generation B-boys. It's a Black Puerto Rican. His name is Douglas Colon.
Mm-hmm.
My man Dancing
How
Doug.
ironic, Cologne, right?
Huh?
I said, how ironic. His last name was Cologne.
Ironic, yes. It's very ironic. But this is my man Doug. He's a Black Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Dancing Doug. All right?
Dancing Doug. DD.
And he's he's first generation B-boy.
Okay.
From the early burning era of it.
Right.
Okay? Him, Trixie, South, they're in the burning era.
Trixie.
Start going to the floor is Clark Kent,
the Twins,
later on myself, and the people. The reason I started going to the floor is I saw them. Because I was burning like everybody else was. And then we went to her party and we saw what they were doing. And it's like, oh, shit, we got to do something different now. You know?
Right.
And that's what it was. And that's in 74. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, go right ahead. Everybody that's in here, please, because I was going to pre-record this. I wasn't even planning on going live. But everybody, do me a favor while we live. Can you please share that I'm on?
I had to get that's like my sister, Juliet.
Okay,
now,
no problem.
Juliet is a pioneer in hip-hop culture. And I'll tell you why. She was a B-girl on top of it. But when I was around, this is in the 76, 77.
Mm-hmm.
And Juliet and her girl, Michelle, we are still close to this day.
Right.
They both went to art and design. You know the high school of art and design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They went there. And they came to me. I was standing in front of Evander Childs High School. All right? Because I'm from uptown. I'm from Gun Hill.
Shout out to Gun Hill.
Yeah, you know? And they came up to me. And Juliet and Michelle said, hey, Cholly Rock, this we go to art and said, we want to paint your pants. Like graffiti.
Right. Yeah.
Now keep in mind, nobody had this at the time. And I'm nobody. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, but this back in the days wearing bell-bottom leaves and everything like that. You know, flare leg leaves.
You're going right into my question. Oh my God. Go right ahead.
Okay. Flare leg leaves. And so I said, yeah, you could do them. And I gave it a pair of pants, leaves. When they came back, them shits was fire. Had one leg, Cholly Rock, in graffiti letters. Down leg. The other leg said TZK for the Zulu Kings, and a black spade at the bottom of it. Because I was a spade. I grew up as a baby spade.
Right.
All right? Nobody had it. Nobody.
Okay.
Do you understand? Like, I mean, when I showed up at 120, I came to, first we went to a party, because I used to go with this girl named Juliet. Was it Julia? Okay, well, anyway, Juliet, this one, she died. She died of cancer.
God bless.
Okay, yeah. But she was fine. That's my boo. She was fine as a motherfucker. Lived in Manhattan.
Ooh,
lived in the 1199 Plaza.
All right.
Okay. Janice. That's her name, Janice.
All right.
I forget that as fine as she was. That's my boo. Janice. And so we telling, you know, and we went to, they had a party at Art and Design High School.
Okay.
You know, the after school parties. Back in the days, they had parties after school. And so we went to the party, after school party, right? And, you know, they introduced me to their friends. I'm with my Janet, my fine ass Janice. And, you know, we're all there. And I had the pants on. They were like, oh, yo, you did his pants. Yeah, because they were tight. They were classmates.
Right,
Juliet and all the classmates. And I'll never forget, they had this one kid that was there. He was cool as a motherfucker, too. And the reason I always remember him, his name was Plato.
Oh, wow.
Like the philosopher, Plato?
Yeah. Plato, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. I've never run into another person named Plato in my entire life. But this kid's name was Plato.
Right.
And we took this picture, and in the picture is me, Juliet, Janice, my girl, Plato, a bunch of people. And I'm laying on the ground, like with my, you know, it's a pose.
Right.
With my name, Cholly Rock.
On your pants. So you're showing on your pants, right? Right.
I swear to God, I wish Jimmy and Juliet talk about that. That was my girl, sister Juliet on the phone. And when I said I'd call her back.
Yeah.
That was her on the phone.
Okay, salute to her.
And Juliet, she started the painting and everything on the leaves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She started that.
Can I interject real quick? I just want to ask you a question because this involving fashion, and you jump right in. Truth.
Yes.
All right. So when it comes to style, slang, way of fashion, etc., what culture who set it all of these trends, was it blacks or Latinos? I know the answer, but we just have to make it plain and simple.
I mean, you know, I don't know what Latinos were doing, but the Latinos along with us, they, like I said, they hung out with blacks. And so we you know, and I'm not saying Latinos had their own style. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would say the hip hop culture and fashion is with blacks. That's what I would say.
That's right. Look, I'm sorry, brother. There's footage, this music from the 20s and the videos that you put up. Like if you go back to 2021, because I was talking about this in 2021, I played some of the same videos that you played. Truth, like from the 20s, the 40s. See how we dancing, the swinging and the damn near break dancing and stuff like that. So like, but they running around trying to take our swag and everything. Like, stop it. Why? This is the last question. God damn it. Well, I have more, but why everybody trying to take our culture, man? Why nobody don't want to give us no credit? Why we can't get credit?
Since time immemorial.
Huh?
That's been since God knows when, time immemorial. Right. We have always been the trendsetters.
Mike, he's not saying wait, what you mean both of them, Mike? Both cultures? No, no. Our culture.
I said we, black culture.
All right.
We have always been the trend setters.
Y'all better know it.
You know, and I mean that's just a foundation of fact. That is a statement of fact. Okay? And when you talk to whites, they will say the same thing, you know. And you know,
Mike.
they even had whites. They call them, you know, when the whites that adopted our style, other whites, the whites, you know, the racist whites, will call them nigger lovers.
Right.
Now that's historically documented. I'm not telling you anything.
Oh, that's a fact.
That I made up. That's historically documented.
That's right. Nigger lovers. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. And say, like I told you, with the Puerto Ricans, they call cocolos. And that's not a term of endearment. Cocolo is not a term of endearment. That's like a derogatory term that they use to what we call a pejorative. Describing black people. Same thing with my man Keith Wiggins. Who was Cowboy, the MC Cowboy. And I knew him. I know his sister, Janice. She went to junior high school with me. We went to the same junior high school. We graduated.
Right.
All right? But Keith Cowboy, he is Flash's original MC. Him and Mean Gene. Then Melly Mel was a B-boy with us. He was a B-boy. And then they came up with that thing that was rapping and became the 3 MCs, which was him and his brother, him, Keith Cowboy, and his brother Danny, Kid Creole, the one in jail.
Yep. Is he still in jail or Creole is out of jail? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, brother.
I know all 3 of them because I know Mel when he was dancing, when he wasn't MCing, when he was B-boy.
Right.
Okay? That's what I'm telling you. I'm here in the beginnings. All right? We all used to go to this club called the Garrison on Garrison Avenue. It was a basement. And these DJs, Sam and Dave, they used to play this, they used to jam. That was our spot. And Sam and Dave, they earned enough money to open up their own club. And it was on 45th Street and 8th Avenue. Called Windy City Disco. All right? And the reason they called it Windy City Disco, they used to play a record called Windy City Hustle. If you can ever look it up, I don't know if you can find it anywhere, but if you ever can, it's called Windy City Disco. Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
Windy City, dun, 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 dun.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, they used to play that. They used to play this song called Charleston Hustle. You can find Charleston by the Starlight Band, I believe, Starlight Orchestra. But Charleston Hustle was a bad motherfucking jam. I still love that song to this day.
I heard that you said you love you like the Latin hustle more than the black style because you said it was more smoother and all that, right?
I did that, and I get credit where it's due with that.
Right.
That it was it's more like a Fred Astaire style of dancing or ballroom. Yeah.
Can let me interject and let Truth get his other question? Go ahead, brother.
All right, let me did you ever hear of a song called Manteca by Dizzy Gillespie and Chano Pogo?
Yeah, of course I know Manteca.
Okay, was that?
I never go back to Georgia. I never go back to Georgia. Yep.
What? Well, is that the same
one? Person. You know, when you start talking jazz, you talk to the right person over here.
Right.
I guess I know Manteca.
So when was that? Was that ever? Would you consider that a b-boy anthem?
It never was. No.
It never was a b-boy anthem, right?
No.
Okay, well.
If you mention Manteca, most people wouldn't even know what the fuck you were talking about.
Okay. Now, would you believe that?
And I'm a jazz player. I play music. I play trombone, baritone, horn, and double B flat tuba. And I was a jazz player. My father was a jazz pianist.
Charles, let me tell you
this. Well, let's speak. That, you know, Manteca. Do 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 da 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 da. Do 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 da 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 da.
Oh, you getting into the groove now, but he have a point to that. Go ahead.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, what's
Charlie,
up?
I'm a musician as
Yeah.
well. I'm a keyboardist and a vocalist as well. I'm a jazz pianist as well. So I'm me and you got a lot to talk about. But would it surprise you that Cologne says that song is a b-boy anthem?
Exactly.
You don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's right. Please say it again. Say it again so he can hear it, because he's probably watching. Again, please, sir.
I don't mean to curse.
No, curse. Curse.
I don't dislike Derek. Me and Derek are okay. But
Curse.
I'm always honest about things.
Right.
Manteca is nowhere near a b-boy record. Ever.
Okay.
Ever.
So it's surprising that he would say that, right? It surprises you, right?
If he said that to me, I would say you don't even know what you're talking about. With all respect to, and I don't know when they played Manteca as a b-boy record. I can guarantee you it wasn't played back in the day. And I know the song Dizzy Gillespie, because when Dizzy Gillespie and them, the bebop era.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
And Dizzy Gillespie, they got a lot of shit from white people then. That's in them days.
Mm-hmm.
And especially down south.
Right.
And so when they were playing Manteca, they played, and they ran through. I don't know all the history of what actually happened in the incident that brought this, but when they were played, after a while, when they played Manteca, they played and they start singing, "I never go back to Georgia. I never go back to Georgia." Because if the way the beat of Manteca.
Right.
I never go back to Georgia. And now he's trying to play. That's amazing. It's not anywhere near a b-boy song. And there was a guy who was Spanish who died, who played percussion on it. Chano Pozo.
Right. So here's the backstory. Let me tell you the backstory, Charlie. He's trying to introduce Latin rhythms to the foundation of b-boy anthems. And so
I know. That's why when you're telling me that, I say he never said no cute shit like that to me. But Manteca, I can tell you point blank, Manteca has absolutely no connection to b-boy music. None. Okay. Zero. None.
I'm glad you said that. Because that's what he's pushing. That it was a b-boy anthem, and that we were inspired. We were, as African Americans, or Foundation of Black Americans, we were inspired by these guys,
and by the Congos,
by the Congos and all of that.
First of all, if you want to get cute about that, all of that starts in Africa.
That's what I told his ass. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
All of that starts in Africa. If you want to go there, it starts in Africa.
Exactly.
All right, and that every single person who knows whole history will tell you that.
Exactly.
And every anthropologist will tell you that. Everyone.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I can definitely tell you and Chano Pozo was Latino. That's what I'm saying. Remember, I told you, I said, you don't want to fuck with me on the intellectual tip.
Right.
Because you're coming down the right road.
Right.
Chano Pozo, that's where I would fuck him up. If he even came out like, he'd be fucked up because I'd be able to tell him, Chano Pozo? Because he wouldn't even think that I know who that is.
Right.
He pulled that with me too, but continue.
I will put him in check right away. I know Chano Pozo, and he was not that Manteca is nowhere near at any time was that any part of the B-boy anthems.
Right. No question about it. Right. Well, like I said, what we call it crowbarring their way into the culture. They're coming from every angle.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to say it. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it because I got close Puerto Rican and Latino friends. Mm-hmm. Very close.
Right.
But, the ones, this ain't every Puerto Rican. This is a certain set who have, want to do this.
Exactly.
Can I add on? Can I add on real quick, brother? I like the hat 1619. What's that? 1619?
Yeah.
I already know what that's about. But
the 1619 project.
Yeah. What I was about to say. And Give It Up and Turn It Loose. That breakdown, clap your hands now with the drums. He tried to claim and say we got it from that's Latin. See, I like how he coined crowbar. So he tried to put the monkey wrench and crowbar that in there. Get the fuck up out of here.
To tell you that?
Yeah. Mr. Cologne.
That's James Brown.
Colonizer.
And James Brown, for any musician, black, white, Latino, or green with polka dot spots, will tell you that James Brown is the creator and the inventor of the one.
On the one.
There's a certain way of playing percussion, and it's not Latino at all.
Exactly. Yeah, I did a video on that particular song and broke it down and clearly showed that James Brown was talking about Africa when he was talking about in the jungle. He was referring to Africa. The Jungle Brother, exactly. And I broke that down.
Jungle Brother. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly. He was trying to claim that was a Latino thing, and I had to break it down to him in a video.
At all. Mm-hmm. He didn't make that claim to me. That's amazing. I guess he knew he wasn't going to get away with that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But, and even with YouTube say, but they all try to say, like, reverse racism and class. They knock it off. Knock it off. Just, that's not what it was. That's not what it is.
Exactly.
Stop it. And if anything, they're trying to, y'all call it crowbar, I say trying to shoehorn.
Yeah.
I use the term shoehorn, trying to shoehorn your way in.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, why? You don't have to, but that's just a thing that they do.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about hip hop culture.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a black coalition on AIDS, right? Because my field is public health. Black Coalition on AIDS.
Right.
They made a complaint about that, bitched about that. Now it's called Black and Latino culture on AIDS. All right? I'm like, why? Why did you let them do that? They had their own.
Right.
Latino Commission on AIDS. They have their own. It's not Black and Latino Commission on AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't our fault? Isn't our fault because we too like this? Come on, everybody, or to that specific group back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't say it's our fault. I mean, there's nothing wrong with spreading love.
That's right.
And I would never fault blacks for doing that if they were doing that, and when we were doing that.
Right.
We work with everyone.
That's right.
You just have to be firm, like I've been firm in saying this culture. And I'm not telling you what I heard. I was there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm there from the beginnings. I know who was around and who wasn't. The Puerto Ricans who were involved, I know them. They're friends of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I told them that. I said, one of my first girlfriends back then, like I told you, Brunilda Rosario. Puerto Rican.
Right.
Black Puerto Rican. Brunilda Rosario. And she was a black person who hung out with black people. You know?
Right.
Brother's still a close friend of mine. Anthony, it's funny to show you 6 degrees of separation. Right? When I was teaching in school, I was working with children. I was teaching in middle school and elementary, went all the way through the high school, actually. Academy of Scholarship and Entrepreneurship. Okay, that was the school. And there's a woman who was the assistant principal there named Miss Harris. And Miss Harris and I got to talk, just professionally kicking in. And when they were talking, personal stuff, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Not rapping to her or anything, just kicking it. And then she says, so the subject of Bronxdale projects came up. And she said, yeah, my husband, my man is from Bronxdale. I said, I might know him. Him. And then she said his name. And she said, Anthony Rosa. I said, wait a minute. Aunt Rose is your man? She's like, she said, you know. I said, I was a little boy. His sister was my ex-girlfriend. When we were teenagers, Bruni. And she said, you're kidding me. I'm like, no. Ask her. Tell him he know me. She said, but she came back and told, she said, she looked at me with this look like, because they know me professionally. They don't know my personal. They said, you were a gangster when you was young. I said, yeah, back in the days. But, we grow up, we grow out of that, She said, I said, Aunt Rose, I know I'm saying, this is a little boy. That's my little man, Anthony Rosa, little Anthony. And, as he got older, he got into shit, and they call Aunt Rose,
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead.
Aunt Rose. David, his brother David Rosa, to show you 6 degrees of separation again. Remember the movie When They See Us?
When They See Us. It sounds familiar. You remember that movie? Yeah.
He won the Emmy for that.
Wait, can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
The boy who won the Emmy for that, remember?
Yes.
He played, I forgot the one that was in jail the longest out of all of them.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He got like the big eyes a little bit or whatever, kind of light skin. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Well, he played him in the movie. He won an Emmy for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my man, Aunt Rose, and my ex Bruni. That's their nephew.
Okay.
That's their nephew. Yep. David, my man David, who is their brother. He's David Rosa's son. So that's what I'm saying. You see, people trash it. And then I said, yo, you can't fuck with me because I was there. I know too many people. And more importantly, they know me.
I'm about to ask this question. Now, I don't know if this is the $1 million question, but I'm a little hesitant, but I'm very confident.
Ask the question.
I got you. So now, when you said in the interview with Cologne, you said when you said that these things existed singularly, and and we talking about hip hop, and I put, i.e., merry-go-round, DJing, b-boying, etc. Herc just brung it all together specifically for y'all to b-boy. So before all of that, the elements of hip hop. Go ahead.
This is what I said, and this is what I will say to you.
Tell me.
And I'm being recorded.
Yes, sir.
What, you have to put things, I tell people, and this is something that, my intellectual side, system thinking. All right? And if you ever get a chance, read a book called The Fifth Element by Peter Senge. And it will help explain systems thinking. All right? And systems thinking versus mechanical thinking. Okay? Mechanical thinking is piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. Systems thinking is putting everything together and creating something new.
Okay.
All right?
Got you.
You know, and the definition of the word system is a collection of elements who singularly would not describe the system. So, for example, we have an engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a wheel, right?
Yes, sir.
And you have battery.
Yes.
None of those things by themselves will define a car, would they?
No, because they singularly, they have their own individual parts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you put them together with some other parts, and you'd have a car, wouldn't you?
Correct. I know where you're going, but go ahead.
That's a system. The car is the system. It contains a lot of elements.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing with what came to be known as hip-hop. Were there always music? Yes. Those songs existed. Were there dancers? Yes. Not b-boys like we were. But,
right.
you know, you can trace it back if you want.
Yeah, the elements were there.
Right. Were there DJs?
Right.
There were a lot of DJs. There were DJs before Cool Herc.
That's right.
But what Herc did was put all of it together in this system that came to be known as hip-hop. And even the term hip-hop, I was telling you about Cowboy. Cowboy was the first person to use the term hip-hop in rhyme and popularized it in rhyme. And that's eventually what our culture became called.
Right.
But the term hip-hop originally was a derogatory term to describe us as b-boys.
Boy, yeah, the hibbity-hobbity stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly how they refer to it.
Yeah.
Get that hibbity-hoppity shit out of here. We'll be dancing or somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
That's what I'm saying. So hip-hop was originally a derogatory term to describe b-boys.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, Cowboy popularized it in rhyme. My man Billy William was going to service, and he said he was popularized around. But what the original term of it was us as b-boys, the way we danced.
Who created hip hop?
What do you mean?
Who created hip hop? Because you know how they talk about the founder fathers. Who created it? Because hold that thought, because it's a little loaded, not that much loaded. Because I'm kind of quoting you, Tyrone the Mixer, rest in peace.
Tyrone the Mixologist,
right? And DJ Cool D used to play music for y'all, like hip hop music. Now, was that before Herc? Because Herc just had an actual.
No. Let me clarify the thing with Cool D and Tyrone.
Yes, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
All right, you had hip hop DJs, starting with Cool Herc. Like I said, he put the system. You look at it as a system, right? And he played for us as b-boys. And that wasn't mean that he didn't play other music, because it wasn't just people that were at Cool Herc parties.
Right.
You had DJ, older people hustled. And not when by older, I mean only a few years, but when you're 13 years old, there's a big difference between 13-year-olds and 17-year-olds. And, and then 15-year-olds and people who are 18, 19, 20. When you're older, after a while, that doesn't become the same. It doesn't matter. But when you're growing up, there's a big difference. But you had people like my man Chip. If you ever see him, Chip, hustle master, and he says, man, Chip was never a b-boy, ever. His thing was to hustle.
Okay.
And the thing is, but they were at Cool Herc parties.
Okay.
And so Herc played music that you could hustle to too.
Okay.
It wasn't a thing of b-boy music all night. That's the era that people make about it. It wasn't that at all.
Right. And they wasn't playing no Jamaican music, no nothing. It was only Black
no.
American music. So the influence was only our people, and he had to adapt to the dominant culture, which was ours.
Herc was born in Jamaica.
That's right.
But he, Americanized, like a lot of.
That's the whole thing. Because they saying
right. And let me tell you something.
I'm gonna cut to the meat and potatoes. Go ahead, brother. Fuck.
All right. I grew up around Gun Hill.
Right.
And if you're up there now, it's like Little Kingston.
I used to. You lived in Gun Hill Projects. I live right across the street from Gun Hill on Holland Avenue, the first building where the Gun Hill train station is, in the post office. It was nothing but Jamaicans in my building.
You grew up in Gun Hill Projects?
No. I grew up in Marlboro Projects in Brooklyn, but I'm talking about I used to live in the Bronx for like a year. And like in 2006, I lived in the Bronx on Holland Avenue, across the street from Gun Hill Projects. Literally across the street.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean,
right where the post office at.
I grew up in Gun Hill Projects.
Well, shit. Well, you know where I'm at. You know Holland right there. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's the back of Gun Hill.
That's right. Yep. Go ahead.
Yep. But anyway, back when we were growing up, and when I say growing up, I mean 12, 13, 14-year-old, that's when you saw the large influx of Jamaicans coming up there. Mm-hmm. At that time, it wasn't a lot of Jamaicans. It was white.
Right.
We used to fight them. They used to chase us. We used to have to fight them. Right. But then again, a larger influx of Jamaicans. And at first, we used to make fun of them because they, their culture was very different from ours. But when they, especially, they started getting into the drug game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And selling a lot of weed and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And they started to become ultra violent. Mm-hmm. That's when they talk about the Spangler Posse and all of that.
The Shower Posse.
Well,
they was in Brooklyn. But same, they was all over though. But go ahead. Yep.
All right. The Spangler Posse is another posse.
I never heard of them. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. You talk to Jamaicans in Brooklyn. They'll tell you about the Spangler Posse.
The Spangler.
The Shower Posse.
Yeah.
The Spangler Posse. The Gullymen. Oh. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
But all of them got really into the drug game. And they were ultra violent. I remember they had people in Harlem. They started infiltrating Harlem. They really weren't there at the time. Mm-hmm. But they started becoming an influx and selling drugs. And they had a big thing. You know what? You ever heard people call crowning?
Yeah. I heard of crowning.
Okay. So what did you hear it was?
Is it something about I don't want to fuck it up, but you just explain, because it's been a long time since I heard it.
Crowning was taking somebody's head off.
Right. Because I thought it was like something to put on somebody's head or something like that. That's why I want to mess that up.
That's exactly what it was. Beheading them.
Right. Go ahead.
They were good on that.
All right.
Crowning. I mean, they had crowned one dude, and they crowned him in the daytime across the street from school, and left the motherfucker's head on the stoop.
Yeah. Fucking with the machetes, goddamn it.
I mean, the posses, they were ultra violent.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was a drug dealer. I grew up. I spent my teenage and adult life selling drugs. So I'm telling you what I know.
Right.
And so,
Did they start hip hop, brother? Did they start hip hop?
No.
I want us to get. Please say it. Hold on. Because I'm too loud. I'm always loud.
No.
Relax. Did Jamaicans create? Jamaican. Right. Did Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans create hip hop? Just what's your answer?
No. Cool.
God damn it.
Jamaican, but he was Americanized.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly.
Back in them days, a lot of Jamaicans were
Can I ask
American. There were a lot of cats who were Jamaican.
Right ahead, brother.
No. because they would hide it.
Go ahead, Truth.
Charlie, let me ask it this way. Let me ask it this way. Truth Saver speaking. Was hip hop created equally by Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, and African Americans?
No.
Okay. So Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans had nothing to do with
Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans. The fact that Kool Herc, it was Jamaican, is coincidental to it, not part of the creation of it.
Okay. I just want that. I wanted that to be clear because they're saying there was 3 groups of people. They're saying there's 3 groups of people that created hip hop, and I just wanted to be clear that it wasn't 3 groups.
So why does Kirk consider himself the father of it?
Kirk was Jamaican, but he was an Americanized Jamaican.
You goddamn right, and he said it himself. They called him a hick. He dressed up like a cowboy in high school. They used to get on him. And Cholly Rock, I want you to speak a little something on Cholly Rock too. And he helped him get Americanized. He helped get him fresh. The dress Americanized.
Maybe I don't know if Coke said Coke is a personal friend. And I'll ask him about that.
But I heard him say it, but go ahead, brother.
But like Kirk, Kirk was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last night.
Oh, really?
Last night?
Yeah.
Who was inducted last night?
Kool Herc.
Oh, wow. Okay, well,
folklore works.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Say that folklore work, but why nobody don't? Woosah, why they don't give us the credit? All right, you got inducted, you got the award. I want to give shout out to the African Americans that Americanized me, that showed me the way, that showed me what to play, that showed me how to dress. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's how they erase us. And please, this is why I'm gonna say something. Fuck. Excuse my language because you're my elder, but you've been cursing too. So fuck that. Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe, what's your thoughts on them going around talking crazy? Nah, son.
Bullshit. Neither one of them was there in the beginning.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, because it's effed up, man.
Neither one of them, and that includes just about all the people that I tell you, the people who were there in the beginning was Furious, Melly Melodum.
Yes.
They were there in the beginning. Bam and Us, Soul Sonic.
Right.
DJ Breakout. Included Sha Rock. Sha Rock was a big girl.
Salute to Sha Rock. I like Sha Rock.
That's my girl. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And, all these are American blacks. And like I said, Herc was born in Jamaica, but he was Americanized. That wasn't what influenced his style of playing.
Got any questions? I only got a few more, and then it could always be a part 2 because they I know they're on the grill and I'm hungry. So brother, True Savior, word, I smell the ribs and everything right now. Oh, too.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I just got a piece of salmon and I'm about to season it up and cook it tonight.
Okay. True Savior, any more questions? Go right ahead. One, I'm done.
Just one more question.
Go ahead, brother.
Do you consider graffiti a part of hip hop, or is that just something that they just added?
Tell him my answer.
Because he said no. I remember your answer.
Okay.
I'm telling him because he just asked me the same
question.
No,
but he said no. Pretty much, just to sum it all up. And that's why I said when I was speaking to Mr. Colonizer, and I'm gonna just keep saying that. I said, look, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that one out, but everything else is ours. You know what I'm saying? So
that's it. That's the way I feel.
Let me tell you what graffiti. I'll repeat what I said to Mike. True Savior. Graffiti. I never ever considered graffiti one of the elements of hip hop.
Right.
I considered incorporating into hip hop. How graffiti got introduced and incorporated into hip hop was through the flyers.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically Phase 2 and Buddy Esquire. They were graffiti writers. And, somebody hired them, said, "Can you make some flyers for us?" And they did. That's how that got. But graffiti wasn't really a part of hip hop. When they made graffiti a part of hip hop was when Rocksteady came in. And I will tell you the reason is that in the 80s, Bam is one of the people who's responsible for this. Bam and I was there, so I'm telling you. I used to go down with him.
Mm-hmm.
Bam started playing in the Village.
Right.
All right. He started playing in the Village.
In the white clubs.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the grills and all that.
Yep.
I told you I made a record, and you can look it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Cash Money by Cholly Rock and the Avenue B Boogie Band. You can Google it, and you'll see it.
Say it again. What's the name of it?
Cash Money.
Cash Money.
By Cholly Rock
and
the Avenue. You know my name is spelled CHOLLY, right?
Yeah, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can look up the song Cash Money by Cholly Rock and the Avenue Boogie Band. How I wound up making that record, because I wasn't the person who wrote the rhymes. I was strictly the voice.
Right. Okay.
And how it happened is that Africa Bambaataa met this white guy by the name of Billy Mercy, who wrote this record. Billy Mercy and a woman named Rose McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they were looking for a real quote, a real MC to do it with them.
Right.
Their father told the guy to get in touch with me.
Okay.
And that's how I went to the studio making the record. Now that's that story. But the point is that when we would go down in the clubs, the white people, the artsy scene, they were getting, it was just where they would look at graffiti as a valid art form.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you had people like Fab Five Freddy and some others. I mean, they were making pieces, shit that they did on the train and would get arrested for. They were making these pieces and selling these pieces for thousands of dollars. Now, I'm telling you what I'm telling you is fact.
Right.
Then you had somebody go like Keith Haring, who, that wasn't graffiti to me as I knew it on the trains. Because I knew graffiti was, like, if you ever hear of MC Cool Kyle, the Star Child.
It sounds familiar, I'll be honest with you.
Well, he was MCing back in the day. Me and Kyle grew up together. Kyle Brinson is the name. Okay. We grew up together. I mean, elementary school. And like I said, I would say to Kyle, he's a good person to ask what he thinks. Because he was a graffiti writer, and he was a b-boy at one point, and he was an MC. So he would tell you, it'd be interesting. I've got to ask Kyle about that. It'll be interesting, his take on it. Me personally, I don't consider graffiti elements of hip hop.
Just for the sake of it, because I don't want to leave his name out. What's your thoughts about Cornbread? Because I don't want to leave him out. So what's your thoughts about Cornbread?
I don't know who that is.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that answer. Well, Cornbread, he's from Philly, and that's why I told Cologne that if they're saying that Cornbread is the first creator of graffiti, even though he's from Philly, it's a disconnect because it's from New York.
Graffiti is not a big, and if you talk to them, they'll tell you that Kilroy was the first.
Yep, I heard of that name too.
Kilroy was here, and that's how they trade graffiti. And then if you want to get funky, just like how they talk about hip hop or whatever rap going into Picnic Markham,
right?
There's drawings on the walls of caves from prehistoric times.
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. hieroglyphics, metal
like
netta,
that.
all that, yeah.
And like I said, why were you surprised about my answer about cornbread?
Because I would have thought that you would have heard of that name. So hey.
Nope. And probably with graffiti, that was never my area. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I knew some graffiti writers, quite a number of them, but I wasn't familiar with that. So it might be true. I don't know.
I have a statement in my last final question, and I do, sometime in the future we can make it a part 2. But here's my statement in my last question, which is a recap question. So when I think about hip hop as well, some people includes it and say this word. I think if there's 5 elements, there's we all know the elements. I'm just saying that culture, and we have to be distinctive by saying Black American culture. That's hip hop, because that's where it stems from.
Well,
and most importantly, is the Black space, and which is a Black American group of people living in a heart beating Black American culture. Now, here's my question: can you please recap for the people that's in here, real short and sweet, what we spoke about Puerto Ricans saying it's 50-50, that it, we did it together, and all the stuff. If you don't mind doing a brief recap.
Say it right now.
Let's get
right
it.
now.
Yes, sir.
What came to be known as hip hop was a culture that was started by Black Americans. We had some Puerto Ricans with us, but not many. And in fact, the Puerto Ricans, they used to get a lot of beef from their own people about hanging with us. And they would call us cocolos. All right? But there weren't, at that time, like I said, there were some Puerto Ricans. I would not tell you. You would never hear me say there were none there.
That's right.
Because that would be an accurate statement. That's not true.
Right.
There were Puerto Ricans with us, but there were not many. And they were mostly Puerto Ricans who hung out with Black people.
That's right.
And they were gravitated toward
the culture.
The dance, b-boy.
Knock on wood. That's right.
And later on, some started gravitating towards the rap part of it. And a lot of people, this includes Black people, gravitated towards the rap part of it. And because that's where the money, that was the place where they could make money.
That's right. True.
They were monetizing.
That's right.
And so that's when it started becoming popular, because they wanted to make money off it. And that's Black people too. That ain't just white or Puerto Rican, that's Black people as well. Because there were many Black people who had nothing and wanted nothing to do with us until rap came and they saw the money they could make.
So, Mr.
And you're hearing that from my mouth.
That's right.
Exactly. One of the places they talk about is Disco Fever.
Right.
And they call Disco Fever hip hop club, and I always correct people. I say Disco Fever was not a hip hop club; it was a rap club. Yeah, it did start gravitating towards what came to be known as hip hop until the rap element came into it. Well, and I know because I used to go to Disco Fever when they didn't allow sneakers and there was no rap. Okay?
Right.
I went to the club then. My man Bam Bam, who was supreme supreme warlord of the Black space, my boy there now to this day.
Right.
He was the bouncer. He was one of the bouncers in Disco Fever.
Was he in Crush Groove? Did he have the glasses on? That's my favorite movie. I love Crush Groove.
I don't know if Bam was in Crush Groove or not. I saw Crush Groove. Mandingo was in Crush Groove. I know that.
I don't know if I should say pause or what, but shout out to Mandingo.
Yeah, may rest in peace. But Bam Bam is alive. And, he's a person that I would suggest you're doing interviews and everything. He's a person who was there in the beginning, and he's a person he knows Tex. When I told you about Tex, David Santiago?
Yes, sir.
He knows Tex. He knows Tex very well.
Well, hopefully I could go through you and you could plug me in with them people, and we can make it happen.
Ask him. I'll ask him.
Hey, that's better than nothing. Word. Well, let me say this, and I'm gonna let you close out, brother, and you give everybody your social media contact. Well, Mr. King Tony, or Tone, King Tony, King Tone, Mr. Doctor, no, Derek, Derek Cologne, aka Colonizer. I hope y'all get it now and understand that it is our culture, and no disrespect, but I'm gonna be raw. Like, if you look at Fat Joe, he's Cuban. By the way he looks, you can tell he's Cuban, but the way he dress, how he talks, is nothing but Black American coming out there, man. The same thing with Busta Rhymes.
I didn't know he was Cuban. I thought he was Puerto Rican.
No, he's Cuban. So a lot of how they acting, that is every bit of Black American culture. You could kiss my ass and say it's any different. Because I said this to Mr. Cologne, that we have overwhelming evidence and videos, archives to prove who the fuck we are. And we can show you from way back. And when we go to y'all shit, it's not saying it is bad, but it ain't us. Stop
Here's
it.
what I would say to that.
Please say shit. I'm gonna stand on what I said. Go ahead, brother.
For us to be divisive serves no purpose.
No, I'm not trying to be divisive. It's them. Thank you. I'm sorry, and I swear to God, I need to be quiet sometimes. But it's they being divisive. I'm just reacting to their actions because they are leaving us out.
I understand how you feel about it.
I'm angry.
Trust me,
Fuck
I've had them come at me and I'm like, this is not, we have Puerto Ricans, like I said, I've told them, we have Puerto Ricans who are in the Black Spades.
Right.
Yeah. We have Puerto Ricans in the Black Spades. And I don't give a fuck. You fuck with one of them, you get fucked up by us.
That's right. And it was all cool and all that. And that's why when they were saying they was in the Zulus, the Puerto Ricans was in the Zulus. Look at the name. That's blackness. It's dominant. If it was a dominant of them, it wouldn't be Zulus. It'd be fucking give me a Latin crew. Something. It wouldn't be Zulu. It'd be.
Well, you know what's funny?
Whatever. I'm about to say tortilla, some funny shit. I'm not trying to disrespect y'all, anything like that. So, but go ahead.
There's a Puerto Rican by the name of Track 2.
Yeah, we all know.
I heard about the dancer.
And one day we had a b-boy committee.
Yes.
Right, because my man Derek is making a documentary and everything.
Okay.
And Track 2 got on it, and I guess he didn't know I was on it. And so he started naming all these people who he said were original Zulus. That name, baby. I said, let me stop you right there. I said, my name is Cholly Rock, Zulu King Cholly Rock. I'm one of the original 11 Zulus. And I can tell you that everybody you mentioned,
I'm so glad you said Track 2.
They were not one of the original 11 Zulus. Every single one. There's nobody by that name. If we don't know them, there's nobody by that name. And I know all 11 because we all hung out together.
Yo, Cologne.
He started mentioning Beaver. I said, Beaver, I know him. He's a little boy. He was under us.
Right.
I said, and like I said, he had to be quiet because, and they still tried to push. I said, my man, there's not anything you can tell me because I am one of the original Zulus. And I know them all, and I can name all of them to you.
I'm so glad you're saying Track 2 because Cologne said something about track 2 in my interview.
What does he say?
He said that because it was that little documentary thing where he said that when the Black Americans brung the b-boying outside, other nationalities gravitated towards it. So when I bring that up to this guy,
but that's true. Other than
no, that's true. No, but listen, that's absolutely true. But what Mr. Colonizer is saying that he said he spoke to track 2 and he took that back. He said he went on a 4-year research binge and came to the conclusion that it was a lie. That's what he's pushing.
Let me tell you, track 2.
Oh my God,
tried to incorporate
Derek,
in the same way.
You listening?
And I said, track, and I told track, I said, track, you don't do that. I said, you're talking to me, who's one of the original Zulu Kings. I know better. I am one of the original. I am one of the original 11. And I'll name every last one. And even my man Alien S, like, that's my boy. Because he resurrected the Zulu Kings, but he spells it with a Z.
Right.
Z. Okay. Okay? And that's the resurrection. And I remember when you was talking, I said, you know, and then I put, and Alien said, no, I said, no, you never heard me tell you that those people were those people you mentioned were original Zulu Kings, because I can tell you who the originals were. And we started going down thing, and I said, well, he mentioned Ahmed. And Ahmed started the Zulu Kings. With Bambaataa. He's one of the original 5. And I said, well, you know, I'll tell you what I do. I called Ahmed for you. Because Ahmed's my boy. Me and Ahmed we've been boys since we were like teenagers, 15, 16 years old. All right. When I joined the Zulu Kings, I was 16.
Right.
All right. And, you know, we were doing our thing. I'm the first Zulu King from up in the Northeast Bronx, Gunny Hill Road area.
Right.
I'm the first Zulu King from uptown. The first. All the original, the preceding 10 to me were from either Bronx River or the Soundview area. Okay? And mostly from Bronx River. And I was the first one from uptown. I had hit. Okay? Like, you know how we say he is him? I am him.
That's right. That's right.
And so I'm that one. You want to talk history? I am ready. So, you know, you had to be quiet.
Right.
And he's looking at that's when the really Estrada thing came in, where he was like, yo, there's a world champ. What world champion? What, you know, he's talking about spy. He's the first world champion. My man. So if that's the case, I could go dance at a house party.
Right.
And they can say, whoever is the winner of the dance contest at this house party is now considered world champion.
Right.
You know, just like Wall used to dance at Bronx Show and you know, were winners of dance contest. We, you know, what kind of shit is that? You're gonna say this is a world champion? Knock it off.
Right. We got some Latinos, or at least one that's in the chat. He's kind of he's kind of tight because of this discussion
right now.
Yeah, he want to get on the line, but I'm not gonna let a troll infiltrate what we already said. We have
What's he saying? He's kind of tight. What's he tight about?
All right. He said, rest in peace. A lot of people don't know the Ghetto Brothers are also pioneers, yet not one black AM. Whatever the fuck.
Ghetto Brothers were a street gang.
Okay.
They're in existence when the Black Spades were in existence. And the Ghetto Brothers had a band.
A rock and roll band.
Yeah, Bob Rock, the salsa. I don't know, you know.
But rock and roll salsa band. Yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't connected to hip hop.
Right.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So I'm not gonna let him get up on here and embarrass himself unless he wants to. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm so ready to eat.
I don't mind as long as he's respectful and civil.
All right, now look, don't make me put this. His name, Jose, don't make me put this link in here and you don't jump on now because I'm ready to eat. I smell that shit smell good. Okay, I'm ready to go eat. I'm getting hangry. So here's the link. Get on, Jose, right now. Get on. Hurry up, goddammit. You said let Jose up there? Yeah, all right, here we go. Hit that link. Is there anything else you want to say? Truth Savior, I
want to hear what Jose got to say.
Yeah, me too. Jose, please hurry up. And
well, let's all keep all of this civil.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Jose, come on. Let's get it, man. Let's let him get on here. And we waiting. Please hurry up. Yeah, man, this was a great dialogue, man.
And you know what? The dialogues, like I said, everything I say about it is because I was there.
The link is right there. The link is right there, Jose. Look in the chat. The link is right there, brother. Just click on it. It's right there. Go ahead.
Oh, you talking to the guy, Jose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a great live. I still don't think this is going to be the last because they have a big machine behind it. They have a lot of money behind pushing this agenda. So we're going to have to keep pressing on. We're going to have to.
It's just telling people, here's what the history is because I was there.
Right.
Jose, stop talking and hit the link. You got, I'm dead ass. You got 3 minutes. Literally 2. F that. Hit that link.
That he's talking.
Because he's still talking. He said, let's do it. I already put the link in there already. He's playing. So, see, and this the thing. Oh, that's my boy Brooklyn to Cali. I was about to say, go ahead, make it quick as possible, brother, because I'm ready to get the hell out of here. I'm hungry. I ain't gonna hold you, family.
Hey, I just got a question. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. If Herc came over here when he was 12 or 13 and hip hop started when he was 18, is he still not considered Jamaican, or what is he considered?
Hang on. No one ever said that.
No, I know that. I'm just asking because I know what he's influenced by.
Mm-hmm.
I know what he's influenced by. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna answer it this way.
Nice.
Herc is still Jamaican, but the culture that he's
always
is Black American culture. That's the issue. So we're not against different nationalities participating.
Right.
What we're trying to say is that the culture that they participated was Black American culture.
Absolutely.
That's what we're saying.
Okay. With that being said, what you just said, does that not mean a Jamaican started hip hop? He's just influenced by Black culture?
Absolutely not. Jamaicans did not start hip hop because this.
I said a Jamaican influenced by Black culture. That's what I asked. I wasn't saying
culture.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Jose, you trying to get in. You gotta exit out and come back. Make sure you put your mic on or something like that. You gotta exit out and come back on. He's trying to come on, but you gotta
tap the link. You gotta tap the link and it's gonna ask him to continue as, and he can continue as, and it should pop and put him in the show. Then you gotta put him in the show.
Say it one more time because I never seen it on the other end.
I said when you go into the link, you got to tap the link and it's gonna say continue as, and whatever your name is Jose.
My phone is going dead.
Okay.
It's here. The battery is like.
My bad. I just was asking the question.
Now you good, brother. So hey, I don't think he could understand English or something, but he can't. He didn't even try to get out. But listen, I'll just say this. Give everybody your social media contacts and everything.
Well, they on Facebook, Anthony G. Horn.
Okay.
Thank you for your knowledge, sir.
I want to thank you, man, and thank you, and God bless you. I'm glad that you back. Your health is back. You're doing good.
Yes.
So God bless you,
and
brother.
I thank you for giving me the opportunity and for dialoguing.
Yes.
As long as, like I said, there's not anything against Puerto Ricans at all, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Nothing I've said is anti-Puerto Rican at all.
That's right.
It is saying what happened with the culture.
Absolutely.
Where it began historically, and I'm telling you that as a person who was there in its beginnings.
Charlie, this is a true saver. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. He's on right now. Hold on. Let's give him a 2 questions. Jose, hurry up before he gets off the phone. What's your thoughts, man? Damn, man, you already aggressive. Go ahead, man.
No, I ain't aggressive. I'm being as calm as I can. What got me aggressive is you dudes I'm not anti-Puerto Rican. I'm not this. Come on, man. This whole shit what's up with the word tethers? First of all, we don't even use the word tether over here in the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? That was a word used by your oppressors, okay? That's some West Coast Southern shit, okay? We don't even use that word, tether. How am I going to be a tether to something I was born into? Just answer that.
No. We're talking about hip hop.
Answer that question. How am I going to be a tether to something I was born into?
Listen,
Jose.
Go ahead, brother.
Jose.
Hold on, Jose.
What nationality are you?
I'm Puerto Rican, a New York Rican at that.
Okay. Here we go.
Yo.
Listen up.
Listen
up very carefully.
Listen up very carefully. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Brother, you need a shot.
Dogs, I'm sitting down smoking a blunt. That's how calm I am.
Go ahead, Truth.
No one is saying that.
He damn sure don't, brother. Go ahead, Truth Savior.
No one is saying that Puerto Ricans weren't there in the beginning. No one is arguing that. What we're arguing is
excuse me, sir. Let me cut you off real quick. You're not arguing that. But your brothers are. Most of your brothers are. The majority of your brothers are.
Hold on. This is right. So I think he's talking about when he calls people tellers and stuff like that. But hold on. But this is not the subject that we talk. I mean, it kind of correlates, but we talking about hip hop. Let's stay on task here. What you wanted to get on this damn panel for? They're not talking about. Put the weed down because it has some energy to it because it got you on 1,000. Put that shit, whatever you smoking, put that shit out. What is your goddamn question to the legend right here? Please speak. Your question. Stick to the script. Go.
Hello.
Go ahead, brother. What's your question?
My question. What's my question? My question is, how can anybody say that there is a difference between a Jamaican born and raised in the Bronx, a Puerto Rican born and raised in the Bronx? What is the difference between them sharing a culture?
Get out of here, because we not your therapist.
Hang on, no.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You gonna let me finish the question or what? You ain't gonna be doing this to me now, are you? What's up, Mike? Come on, Mike. Don't be cutting me off like that, man. I don't play this shit, Mike.
Look, he want to hear it. I'm going to let you say it. The floor.
All right. I want to know what's the difference. I want to know, first of all, we all know FBA comes from Caribbean. Check that out. Am I right or wrong?
How you the hell?
Am I right or wrong? Where were the slaves from FBA brought from?
Listen, let me tell you something, Joe. Jose.
What's up?
Listen up,
This
Jose.
got nothing to do with hip hop.
There were slaves that were brought directly from Africa to America. Know that.
Yeah. Caribbeans also.
Not every African came from the Caribbean. Know that too. And it doesn't even matter if they did.
The majority
you see, y'all just trying to dismiss my point. Y'all going to the same old argument that makes absolutely no sense.
Jose, you don't know history, brother. That's the point.
What are you talking about? I don't know history. I'm agreeing with you. You ain't saying nothing I don't disagree with.
Hello.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Charlie.
Everybody, number one, calm down.
Yes, please. That nigga on steroids.
Dogs, my point is we're one. That's my point. You talking about steroids? Now you using more names? Come on, man.
Let
I
him
ain't
speak
doing
to
that
you.
shit to you, Mike.
Jose, hold on, brother. Let him speak before his battery die now, before his phone die. Speak, brother.
What is your question to me specifically?
Thank you.
My question to you specifically is who were the pioneers that had their hands on every genre you can mention, even electro genre from Europe? We all know hip hop is required, electro genre from Europe. My question to you is who are the pioneers that put their hands on Black American genres, on European genres, and created what we call hip hop so we can all enjoy together? Because there was no such thing as having a party without having the Puerto Ricans dancing or the Jamaicans enjoying themselves also, or even some white cats with the punk rockers. There was no such thing as throwing parties and jams without everyone enjoying themselves. So my question is, who were the individuals that decided to put all this together?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to answer this for you calmly.
Woo.
And I'll ask you a question. How old are you?
How old are you, Jose?
Excuse me, I'm 56.
That is bad. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Shit.
Now, dogs, it's been going on for way too long, Mike. And you got a mouth. You got a mouth, Mike. That's why you feel this is bad. Because you're finally getting somebody that's not letting you act the way you be wanting to act all over this social media BS.
I'm not even going to jump into that bag, brother. You got it. I love you. But let
Charlie please finish. Bro, this is very hurtful. This is very hurtful. It's very hurtful. It's very hurtful. What do you mean it's not your fault? I'm talking about all those viewers that are out there, all those commenters, all these Southern dudes, all these West Coast dudes that don't know nothing about my culture, my Bronx culture. This hurts, brother. This hurts, okay?
It's not
hold on, Truth. Hold on, Truth.
Okay.
This is my Bronx culture. This is a Bronx culture. This ain't no Southern culture. This ain't no West Coast culture.
Jose, are you going to listen or you going to babble?
Are you going to answer the question or are you going to babble?
He's about to speak. Nigga,
so then let him speak. Why are you speaking? Why are you speaking about what I'm smoking and all this and that? Let the man speak. Go ahead, Truth Savior.
No, it's Cholly Rock. Go ahead, sir.
I'm not True Savior. I'm Cholly Rock.
Cholly Rock. That's what's up. Go ahead, Charlie. Go ahead, Charlie.
I put him on mute, so go ahead.
I'm raised in the Bronx. Okay?
This is good.
I'm one of the original 11 Zulu Kings. There were only 11 of us. I was at Cool Herc parties in 1974. That's why I asked how old you were. I'm 63. You're what? Which you told me you were? You were 56?
He's 56. I got him on mute because he's gonna go fucking ham. So hold on, Jose. Finish, Charlie.
Okay. You're 56. I'm 63. I'm a full 7 years older than you. And when we were doing this in 1974, I was 14, which made you 7. So you weren't even old enough to hang out in the place where we were doing all this, where what came to be known as hip-hop was born. Nobody, as I've said, and I'm going to say it again, never said there were no Puerto Ricans there. I've already told you that we had Puerto Ricans in the Black Spades. Okay? Who were close friends of mine. Broke bread together and everything. But they were Puerto Ricans who primarily hung out with Black people.
That's right.
Now, just to show you the opposite, my boy that I emceed for before I started emceeing with Bambaataa, Clef Ferguson, DJ Mastermind. He had a brother named Gary who only dated white. He was Black. Only dated white or Puerto Rican girls, and he's like that to this day.
Right.
And they hung out in clubs, strictly salsa clubs, played strictly salsa type or like disco, Latina disco. Did not like hip hop at all. In fact, he sabotaged one of our hip hop parties. It was his brother, wouldn't let his brother hold the equipment. So it goes both ways. You have blacks who hung out with Puerto Ricans exclusively, meaning they didn't even really hang out with black people at all. And you have Puerto Ricans who hung out with us. And they took a liking to our music.
Right.
At that time in the 70s, there were Puerto Ricans there, but not a lot. And they were primarily Puerto Ricans that hung out with black people. They got a lot of grief and beef from other Puerto Ricans, older Puerto Ricans, who felt they were hanging, why are you hanging with those cocolos? Things like that. Okay? Now, I don't know where the question about what's the difference between, because you're yelling and screaming, I can't get with that.
Right.
I'm not yelling and screaming at you, as you can see. I'm explaining it to you as one who was there. Okay? And like I said, to say that they were equally involved, Black Puerto Rican equally involved in the creation of hip-hop in the 70s, because that's when it starts. And I think a lot of people talk, like you mentioned, electro, think that comes later. Wasn't electro. In fact, Planet Rock is where a lot of that got introduced.
Yeah, that's that futuristic sound, and that came from he got that sound from somewhere in Europe, like that band or whatever.
Kraftwerk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That sound comes from Kraftwerk, who was a German band.
German. Yep.
Okay. And Bam was known for playing all kinds of music.
Right.
Okay. So that's what I am saying as a witness to and practitioner of the beginning of the culture. Before it even had a name. Okay? Now that's Jose. That's not with yelling and screaming. Because that I'm not going to respond well to. I mean, I'm always willing to have a discussion that is always civil, and I'll tell you the facts of things. But yelling and screaming, I will not do. Okay? Because when you're yelling and screaming, Jose, you're not hearing what's being said. Like, you're on the defensive immediately. And as I told you, we had Puerto Ricans with us, but there were not a lot of them because they were, the majority of Puerto Ricans weren't gravitating toward our music at that time. Not in the 70s.
Got you, bitch.
And that's when the culture began. Not the 80s. By the time the 80s came, with Rocksteady and things like that, the culture had already been in existence a good 7 or 8 years. All right? And a lot of people confuse the culture's beginnings with Rappers Delight and Sugar Hill Gang. They weren't even a rap group. They were something that Sylvia Robinson put together. None of them were DJs or none of them were MCs.
Right. And Hank took Grandmaster Cass verse.
Yeah. And I know Cass personally. Took his run. Hank took his runs. See, because Hank was a bouncer in a club called the Ecstasy Garage. And that's how he knew Cass. Okay? And like we have said, this is not an anti-Puerto Rican thing. It's not. You want to interpret it as that's be my guest, but it's not. It's not. It is telling you the history. It's not anti-Caribbean.
That's right.
Right.
All right? And my family, my mother's side of family is Caribbean. They're from Antigua. So I'm raised with that side to me.
Right.
Because that's my adopted family. I was adopted as a baby. Okay, so This is not an anti-Caribbean thing at all. I'm raised in that culture.
Well, then let me cut you off right there. That goes right into what you're saying, and it's a question. Why can't they just be happy about contributing to hip hop and leave it like at that?
Well, that's how I feel about it. They should be happy with their
at least you were there.
It was a major contribution.
Like, come
later on. The Caribbean's not even. They never, it was, black culture. And then, like I said, when we got, as far as the b-boying is concerned, when we aged out, just like 79, 80, the Puerto Ricans kept it going. They kept it going and kept it alive.
That's when Rocksteady came in, Jose. Look, I want to play this one clip, and then I'm gonna let you go. I'll let you speak, Jose, and then I'm gonna let Cholly close out, and then I'm out, man. I just want to play this one clip. It's very short. It's 18 seconds too. And Jose, I hope you can hear it. But shout out to Grandmaster Cass.
And I was good at it.
The earliest and first B-boys were black. All the crews and mostly everybody was black. When Latinos started breaking, they were emulating what they saw, the black people doing. Okay, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. But
and I was good at it.
The earliest and first B-boys were black. All the crews and mostly everybody was black. When Latinos started breaking, they were emulating what they saw, the black people doing. Okay, that's just a fact.
Jose, please.
What is that? Is that Cass?
Yeah, that's Grandmaster Cass. Yep.
Okay. He's right. That's exactly how it happened.
Jose, you got the floor, and please be humble, or just calm down. The floor is yours, brother.
Yo, Mike. Much honor to you. Cholly Rock. Much respect to you, brother. Man, listen, I was, like I said, I grew up hip hop, definitely hip hop. Now, however, everything you stated, I am not Fat Joe. I am not Dr. Cologne. I am not any Puerto Rican dudes that is talking about 50-50. I'm not getting into that. I very well admit hip hop is a New York culture influenced by Black American culture. Most definitely. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. Okay. My point is, nobody can go and point out, but what did Puerto Rico did? Bro, I'm here to tell you, Puerto Rico has nothing to do with hip hop. Jamaica has absolutely nothing to do with hip hop. I'm here to tell you, the Bronx has everything to do with hip hop. You see, the great mistake that's going on throughout the whole America is that they don't know what Puerto Ricans are, and they don't know what Jamaican Americans are. We're a whole different breed. This is a whole different breed. We've got nothing to do with our islands back from where we came from. Yes, it is very much so an American culture. Very much so an American. And that goes along with whites, because black genres were also derived from white culture. You know what I mean? American culture, that's a whole different ball game. I so get it. What I don't get is the part with anybody that use words like copy, words like tether, words like copy, period, because if you're born into the culture, that's a different ballgame. Now, let me make this point right here. I clearly remember many Black American elders. My teacher, Mrs. Tanner from PS 29 Melrose Avenue, across the street from Jackson Projects, she was a Black American. Many Black American elders calling this jungle music, telling us, why are y'all into that mumble, blah, 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 blah. We don't even know what y'all saying. Telling this to the whole class, or my Black American babysitter, pissed off that we're listening to hip hop. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. I know you old schoolers know exactly what I am saying, because it went both ways. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even walk through some blocks with a pair of Adidas on my windbreaker shoes, because I'll be stared at down really hard. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, copying, I don't know what that word means. It just doesn't cross my mind, because we never looked at each other as color, and only those from New York City understand what I am saying. We never looked at each other by the color of our skin, never. So copying, I don't get that concept. I really don't. That's my whole point here. My whole point here, yes, it is an American culture because it's definitely not a Puerto Rican culture. It's definitely not a Jamaican culture.
No. We have to be distinctively specific. White America is a total different America. Black America is so it's a Black America. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Let me say
I'm not denying that. Cholly Rock, you hear me, brother? I'm not denying that.
Go ahead, Elder.
And let me say this to you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Like, first of all, everything you said is exactly what we said.
Yes, sir. Exactly. And I'm just here to tell you guys, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Let him finish. Jose.
Yeah,
Let him finish.
You got it.
Everything you said is exactly what we said. Exactly. You're preaching to the choir.
Yes, sir.
Distinct things. Copied. I would say. Now, you never heard me use the word copy.
Yes, sir. I did not.
It's like, it's like you like something, you do it.
That's it. And you born into it. It's from your home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So copy, like, I forgot the terms that they said Kaz used, that they would get, y'all would guess. And I'm like, that's a poor choice of words.
You said it's singular, yeah.
Jose, copy, guess, poor choice of words. It's like you like something, you do it.
Thank you, sir.
You know what I'm saying? What they have tried to claim, and you've even said that is not true, that they did it 50-50 and everything like that.
Yes, sir.
It would be the same as me saying blacks were equally involved with creating salsa. We weren't.
Yes, sir. Because the numbers, when we speak of involvement, we have to consider the numbers in this situation, because if you figure, how many Puerto Ricans were there in New York City, period? Over in the island, there's only like 3 million right now as we speak. How many Black Americans are there? So when it comes to the numbers, you really can't, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't argue that, you know what I mean? So to be born into a certain specific culture, because I'm Black, I'm an Afro-Rican, I'm straight up Black. And I can call myself Black American many times. You understand what I'm saying? Now.
Yeah, you see, and let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
How many Puerto Ricans have you known in your lifetime who have said, "No, I ain't Black, I'm Boricua"?
I see it all the time. Now over something is like nah. See, no. You hold.
And it's something that upsets me.
I have nothing against you. It's just that y'all can't be selective when y'all want to. You can't be Black when you want to. I remember.
But he's not.
I know. Not him. No.
I'm not Black when I want to. No. You see what I'm saying, Mike? That's what I'm saying. Certain things that you say, Mike, I have very much against.
I'm speaking generally. This is why we here now with this conversation. This is why the legend is on the phone, because not you, but people who subscribe to your ethnic background and Caribbean as well have look. Prime example, and I swear we're gonna get out of here. Please hear this, and you probably heard this before. Cholly Rock. Please listen to Busta Rhymes real quick. And this was 4-5 years ago. And look where he was at. He was at the Sofrito, the Urban Latin Music Festival. And this is what Trevor, aka Busta Rhymes, had to say.
That ain't no accident. You know what I'm saying?
We bring it back a little bit, right?
Hand in hand. And, it ain't a coincidence that in every urban community, Latino and Blacks is there together.
When you say Blacks, I'm telling you, it's 3 minutes and 44, but in context, he's saying far as Jamaicans. I'm telling you, trust me, you'll get it. You'll get it. I just don't want to. It's too long, but
that ain't no accident.
Yeah, I'm giving him context. Giving context to it.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you find in every urban community, Middle Eastern and Black or Asian and Black. You always see Latino and Black. And I think we just so a part of each other's cultural significance, not only as tropical people, but even here in the United States,
Tropical.
The multiculture, because the U.S. ain't got no culture. They shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S. whatever you want to call it. We still don't know what that culture is for the U.S., but
you see what I'm saying? So when he collectively put y'all together by saying tropical people, you have to pay attention to context. You can't be. I think it was a little tricky, but this is why. Why the fuck he's saying Americans have no culture? I debated with China Mac. I asked him, is hip hop Black American culture? He said hip hop was created it started as a Black culture, but it's an American culture. Come on, family, I can't do that. This is why we're here. This is why we're having these fucking conversations, and I ain't none of you motherfuckers.
Now, let me tell you,
Mike, you see, there you go. You're doing it again, Mike. That's my whole point. Mike, you're pointing out specific words off of specific cats. You understand what I'm saying? However, what you're doing is you taking their words and you're flipping it on the entire nationality.
No,
that's
I'm
what you're
not.
doing. Yes, you are. You just did it, Mike. You just said
videos.
Listen, excuse me 1 second, guys.
Go ahead, family.
My phone's about to die.
Okay.
But Jose.
Yes, sir.
Are you on Facebook?
Are you on Facebook, Jose?
Yes.
Okay. My name on Facebook is Anthony G. Horn. I go by, that's my government name. Anthony G. Horn. Horne.
Yes, sir.
Friend me. What's your name, Jose? What?
Crespo. Jose Crespo. Just Jose Crespo.
Crespo?
Yes, Crespo.
Yeah, P.O.
Crespo.
Yeah, Crespo.
Okay.
Yep.
Do me a favor. Friend me on Facebook. I will accept it. And you and I will talk so that way we're not angry. Because everything you said is exactly what I said.
Yes, I agree.
Right.
And, and the word copy is a poor word.
Yes,
I will not use it.
Thank you. Thank you. Cholly Rock, much love.
I'm not copying it. I'm gravitating toward it because I like it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I before my parents listening to nothing but soul music.
Let's let them go. And Mr. Cholly Rock, I appreciate you, brother. I really do. God bless you.
It's a pleasure speaking with all of you, including you, Jose. And you see what I told you.
Cholly Rock. Much love, Cholly Rock. Always.
Have a blessed night, brother. I'm gonna stay in touch with you.
Okay.
Thank you for your knowledge, sir.
All right.
It's a pleasure. God bless you all.
All right. Peace. Now, in my conclusion, I'm gonna go around the room and everybody close out. I'll start with Brooklyn to Cali, then Truth Savior. No. Brooklyn to Cali, Jose, then Truth Savior, then I'm gonna close out. Go ahead, Brooklyn to Cali.
I just think the conversation gets screwed up when race comes into play. I think we got to look at it for what it really is, and it's a culture that is all inclusive, and everybody. Some people born into it. A lot of people born into it and love it from the bottom of their heart, and they wouldn't know it no other way. So when they hear some words that may be words that might trigger them, then you get the emotion that you get. You know what I'm saying? That's something that when you get emotion out of conversation, that's something that's near and dear to that person's heart.
Thank you, sir.
In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we just really gotta take in consideration each other's feelings when it comes to it. We know what the history is, we know what the OGs say, but it doesn't take away from the individual's experience and how they were born into it or how they experienced the culture. And that's all I gotta say about it, man. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody on the live right now. Salute to you, Mike. You my brother. I love you. One love, bro.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. Salute, Jose. Salute to you,
Brooklyn. Salute to you too, Brooklyn. Much love.
Jose, it's on you, brother. Close out.
Okay, so yeah, that was just basically my point. What's happening here with the topic is because it's triggering, because of what 2 or 3 cats have mentioned, it is triggering when it comes down to the words copying, et cetera, et cetera. I can argue with Buster. I can argue with Fat Joe. There's many arguments I can put all in together. But my point of me saying that I'm Black American also, I'm also Black, blah, blah, whatever. Okay, being born into this culture, because we all, at the end of the day, we all share one thing. And those are the instruments, sounds, et cetera, et cetera. I understand to the fullest degree that there is. This is Black American cultural music, your Southern genres, West Coast genre, whatever the case is. Those genres was very much influenced into the hip hop culture. Okay, I'm not going to really go back into the instruments, because when we get into instruments, we can all mention all the instruments that were used in the Caribbeans before it hit the U.S. Whatever. That's not the case here. The case here is
no. I can't just let you do that.
Yeah,
and I'm not. But we're not gonna get into to the specifics as far as the instruments, because
that's why I said that's not the case here.
Yes, but let's not think that because we're gonna let you slide that it's all fact.
Okay, but doesn't hip hop require the drum machine? The drum machine requires specific instruments that were from PR. Like the clave, you know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? You see, this is why. True Savior.
So the clave is not in the drum machine.
The drums, we already had drums. You thinking the drums because of the Congos? You think everything's
I didn't say Congos. I didn't say percussion. We all know comes from Africa. That's not what I said. I said specifics.
What are you saying?
I said I don't want to get into the instruments because there are instruments in there that the Caribbean was using.
Now I want you to go into it now. Since you want to play, talk about it. Let's do it. Let's have a discussion, brother. Let's go, please.
Go ahead, Mike.
No. You,
go ahead, Mike.
You playing with our intelligence right now. You can't do that. This is the thing. Don't talk and don't have any.
No, I'm not. You are.
Here we go.
Mike, go ahead. Make your point. Make your statement. I'm asking you, what are the instruments in the drum machine if this is the case? Then what are the instruments used in hip hop?
I will give it to True Savior because I've been talking enough. Let my brother speak.
Brother Jose, why do you start with the drum machine? Let me ask you that first. Why do you start with the drum machine?
The drum machine was what was used in hip hop.
Well, the drum machine,
the rolling drum machine.
Oh, we're talking about
1959.
We're talking about 80s, man.
Yeah, the rolling.
That. What about James Brown? Did he use a drum machine in the 70s?
Was James Brown hip hop, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, James Brown is hip hop.
James Brown is funk.
That's hip hop.
It's soul. Where you think it came from? Sampling.
Hip hop is derived from funk. You know what the word derived means? Am I right or wrong?
What world you live in, brother?
What world do you live in? Do you know what the word derived means?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so the musical genre in hip hop is derived from other songs. It's not just funk. We have funk in there. We have soul in there. We have blues. Am I right or wrong?
This nigga is
Am I right or wrong? Black American genres. They're all
exactly Black American genres. Did I say it did not have Black American genres in it? You guys said hip hop is funk. I'm telling you, hip hop is not funk. It doesn't only have funk in it.
It's all of our genres. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. So then what are y'all getting mad about? What are y'all getting mad about? You called hip hop funk.
Why we up in arms about opinions, man? That's his opinion.
You on shrooms, man. Whatever you on.
Bro, there you go with the names. You see?
No, wait.
Frustration leads you to the names.
Jose, hold on. Why are we up in arms about his opinion? That's his opinion. It don't mean it's the truth. It doesn't mean it's the truth.
But you can't be going around.
So then, if it's not true, just answer my question. Does hip hop require all Black American genres? Yes or no?
True Savior, please.
Of course it does.
So then, why would they call it funk?
Funk is one of the genres that's
exactly. That's my point. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying.
Jose, let me say this, please. Jose.
That's all I was saying.
Disco is even part of hip hop.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. All of it was created by us. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
All of it's created by us. So what is your point? I'm trying to get your point.
My point is, where's the anger coming from when that's exactly what I'm saying?
Where's the what?
It's hip hop. The musical part of hip hop genre is all derived music. This music comes from every Black American genre that you can think of. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
I-
Yes.
So it's not just funk. So where's the anger coming from?
No anger here. I'm just trying to understand
No,
your point.
I'm talking about Mike. I'm talking about Mike.
I'm
Mike
so much.
get angry over nothing. Mike, you the one. You reflecting, Mike. You're thinking dudes is acting the way you're acting.
I'm cool in the gang, nigga. I'm cool.
Right. So then what's up with the oh my God, what's up with the names then?
Because you made it.
You got angry. You got angry when I said hip hop is not just funk. You got angry. Where did that come from?
So you all over the place. We were talking about the instruments because you said something about the instruments.
Yeah.
That you were going to the instrument. You was trying to make it seem like certain instruments.
Yeah.
Basically, like
From
probably
Puerto
came
Rico.
from that. It's see, we here, but somehow he's not there, and you don't want to said it out your mouth. Now you talking about because you said something about some funk. Like that's why I'm questioning you.
So you're telling me you're getting hype off of the instruments?
Do you? I'm trying not to be funny, but you.
So you're telling me you're getting hype over the instruments?
Right now. I don't want any problems with you, sir.
Okay. Okay.
There's some shish kebabs with barbecue sauce on there. There's some pork ribs. I'm about to go eat. Right? Everybody in there. I'm about to get up, wash my hands, and go eat, play cards and spades, dominoes, and laugh and drink.
So then let's just ignore the instruments, ignore the genres. Go ahead, Mike. Do you?
Let's just respect everybody's opinion, though.
Are you finished? Are you finished? Because I'm ready to go.
I'm waiting for you to tell me. Just answer the question. Why are you ignoring all this?
Ignoring what? See?
Ignoring the whole point here. The whole logic here. You mentioned I said instruments. So what about the instruments? Yeah, I did say instruments. There are many instruments involved in hip hop. There are many instruments involved in your genres. And many of those instruments were already touched on or created either in Africa or Europe. So when it comes down to the brotherhood, to the bloodline, it all dates back to Africa is my whole point. That's besides the topic. Besides that, okay, I'm in the BX, okay? I'm in the Bronx. I'm born into something that you ain't got no clue about, Mike. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about the whole point. I want to end it. If you want to end this whole conversation, I'm going to end it like this. You cannot.
I cannot what?
Excuse me?
I cannot what, sir?
Oh, man. You cannot use words like copy, use words that you have used like tether, okay? You cannot use any of those words if you wasn't even there, brother, okay? Because when you born into the culture, that's a whole different ballgame. Being born into the culture in the BX has absolutely nothing to do with outside the BX. Nothing to do with any outside of the BX.
First of all, the only difference between Brooklyn and BX, far as culture, like the elder statesman just said about the b-boying.
Oh, that was a huge difference. And like what he said.
No. Let me fucking finish, bro. Let me finish.
Cholly Rock. Yeah.
Let me finish when you're talking about culture in hip hop. Hip hop is black culture. I was born and came through the canal of the womb of my mother.
Yeah.
And ejaculated by my father. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. 2 black American people. I am hip hop. I am that culture because that's where hip hop stemmed from. What are you talking about? So you can't tell me nothing, nigga, just because you're from the fucking
Bro,
Bronx.
you from Brooklyn, bro. What is you saying? I'm from the Bronx. Bronx ain't nothing like Brooklyn. It's just like Charlie Rock said. Yeah, there was some blocks in the Bronx where that was predominantly Boricuas and shit. And yeah, there was some black Americans that got into our parties and etc.
I'm really trying. I'm not going to argue with you.
Because you don't want to hear the truth.
No,
so now you're backing down from the truth because you don't want to look bad to your viewers. You backing down from the truth.
Look bad. I done my job,
bro.
I'm just ready to go now.
Bro, you just don't want to end it by looking bad because you know I'm gonna make a big fucking point here.
Look. You know what? No. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make what? Yo, Relax, brother.
You relax.
You listen. You got it, man. You got it, bro.
What is it that I got? What's the point that I
Jose,
made?
Jose.
You got everything, Jose.
You gotta
Listen to
relax,
what I'm
bro.
saying. What I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Hip hop.
Wait, Jose. Wait. We trying to have a dialogue, a respectful dialogue, but when you hear certain words, it's just like you fly straight off the handle, man. You gotta calm down, bro. You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. I'm sitting here listening
Mike
to
is
you
not doing
talk.
that to me. And Mike is not doing that
No,
to me.
wait. I'm not
So he
saying what
throwing the
he. I'm
rock.
not
He throwing the
saying.
first rock and hiding his hand now. That's what's
I'm not
happening.
saying that. I'm not saying that. Listen.
Yeah, I'm
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we on his show, right?
Yeah.
So let's just give him that respect. I'm not saying that, but I understand where you're coming from. That's why I said what I said when I spoke before I was about to get off. I said I know some of the words are triggering. We have touched that point already. We understand that. But with that being said, this is all everybody's opinion. So let's just respect each other's opinion and move forward.
DE stupid DL. But listen, Jose, look, I just want to say, listen, brother, you have a wonderful night, man. Okay, you have a wonderful night, brother. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, you have a blessed night. You be safe out there in the Bronx, because y'all Bronx is wild. I'm not even gonna hold you. Y'all on some other shit. But brother, you have a blessed night. Okay, thank you for coming on the show.
Stay up, Jose.
You made a very
Stay up, brother.
Have a blessed one, brother. All right.
You too. All right.
All right. Peace. All
Peace.
right. All right. How the hell I get
Mike.
your ass from over here? Yeah, get his ass out of here.
Sorry about that, Mike.
No, brother. You did good. True Savior, please close out. I'm ready. I'm out.
Okay. I just want to say, let's just think about how we even got here. And it really kind of started with Fat Joe's statement. Up until that point, everybody was cool. No one had an issue. I think Black Americans knew their history, knew where their culture comes from. But once it got challenged by people like Fat Joe, by people like Busta Rhymes, that's when it became a problem. Then you have people like Cologne and Randy and all those bunch trying to challenge the history of our culture. No one was trying to exclude anyone. We, as you know, Black people are the most giving, welcoming people on the planet.
Yes, we are.
If everybody just kept to their, stayed in their place, understood the history, and didn't disrespect it, there wouldn't be this outrage by foundational Black Americans. This is where it all happened. We was okay. We had no issue with anybody. But when you disrespect the history, then it becomes a problem. And this is why people like myself and Mike and Tariq and all of us, this is why we're out here. We're trying to set the record straight. No one's hating on nobody. Hip hop is inclusive, but let's respect the history. That's it.
I don't even think I could come after that. That's well said. Everybody, make sure y'all go to Truth Savior YouTube. Y'all subscribe. He gets very intricate with this. Follow him now. With that being said, I'm hungry. Bye.
Salute, guys.
Y'all.
All
right.
Peace.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, Brother Mike.
Salute to you, brother. Always.
All right. Peace.